Hello, I am IBX Toycat, and this is my aim to speedrun through as many Minecraft bosses as I can. I've currently defeated 2. Does that look right? The number 2 isn't actually up there. That's a fun edit. You know, just in case you didn't somehow know. Anyway, here I am. I'm IBX Toycat, and I'm going to defeat some fun bosses today. But interestingly enough, the next boss I want to put my hands on, the Shulker King, is going to require us to go to the end. On the way there, I might be lucky and find myself one of the other bosses, but I specifically am aiming for him, and so I need to get myself to the end, which means I need to defeat the Ender Dragon, and so funnily enough, we do have to defeat a regular boss before we go for one of the boss bosses, because this is the add-on I'm using today. Here is the guidebook to guide us through it if we need some help on how to spawn some stuff, but we're going to, which is, I'm going to be using in a very dramatic fashion to show you how useful it can be. Also, I have a health add-on turned on. I turned it on to make a point last time, but I actually do think it's pretty cool as a... you know, if we've got an add-on enabled already, you know, we might as well keep things going. Speaking of keeping things going, I am taking a lot of damage, and that is a bad thing. I put down this boat right here, just to kind of, you know, like allow mobs to get trapped. But when it comes to skeletons, you actually don't want them in a boat. I feel like that's a much worse place for them to be. Speaking of worst place, we can replace our gold chestplate, which is dying, with a gold chestplate, which is not. Actually, wait, we learned from last time what you can do here is, so we'll put that in there, we'll put this on the ground. If you repair 2 chestplates together, the trim does seem to stay. The enchantment doesn't, so I've just lost some of that. But the trim does, and so I'm still going to look incredibly fashionable, which is my goal. Anyway, hello everybody, how is it going? Happy Wednesday. How is your fine evening going? I am having a good one, personally. And, yeah, I feel like usually I start the streams and I'm like, okay, here's something, you know, I've got a hot topic I want to talk about immediately. We sometimes dive into one, even if I don't have that. I want to have the chill, usual, you know, warm up into a discussion today. And so, how's it going? You doing good, internet? Afternoon, Alexander Moore. I hope you're doing desert well. I hope you're doing desert well, too. I had a very good day today, actually. I've been working on a lot of, I know, I love update season. I don't know how to, like, properly describe it, because a part of it is self-serving, right? That, like, oh yeah, I like that people are excited for me to be excited for update season, but I also am excited for update season in its own right. I love... you know, like, the fact that, like, everyone's wondering what's in the next update. Everyone's wondering, like, okay, so what is the name of this update? We have, you know, a brand new feature, that changes multiplayer, like, that was genuinely unexpected, you could say. And so, yeah, my kind of, like, big point I want to make right now is that it's a really good time for me. But how are things going for you, chat? Oh, God, I'm dead. Okay, I'm not dead. I'm being dramatic. I was being very dramatic. But, yeah, how are you doing, chat? Does this cost mine coins? Boss Blitz does cost mine coins. I'm thinking, actually, of putting out a video on all of the ways that you can get those for free. Because something about add-ons, there's a whole group of people who would never pay for a Minecraft world, would never pay for a texture pack or a skin pack, but specifically who would pay for add-ons. I think, if I'm being honest, I put myself in that category too. Especially now, like, the first wave of add-ons that came out were not great, to say the least. But as we've seen, like, quality increase, there's actually, like, a real desire for add-ons. So I think it might be fun to go through and talk about that. I want to scream. I'm so frustrated with the referral persons at my doctor's office. I'm very sorry to hear that they are not applying your referral discount correctly. Rose Pentagon, you know, that's a poor attempt at... You know, most of the time that I've used the word refer in my life, it's the whole, like, refer someone and get £5 off. It's weird that doctors use the term referrals. Honestly, it's weird. The whole medical system is incredibly strange. It works in, like, I think most systems that have a bunch of professionals work in ways where you have to use a bunch of terms. Because I think no one likes on the end layer, like, how things work. So we make up a bunch of pretend words for euphemisms for it. You know, it's like, instead of calling people passengers on planes, or in restaurants too, I've heard that instead of calling people, like, you know, customers, it's often calling them packs, right? You're like, yeah, you need to simplify them down so we can understand the problem without having to understand their humans. When we understand people as humans, everything starts breaking, at least as far as systems go. But it also means it sucks to be a human in a system that wants to be treated like a human, I would say. YouTube never sent notifications today. Somehow you popped up in my feed between videos. Yeah, so as I've always wanted to test this, and I did it today by accident, so whoopee, I guess. Yeah, basically, the YouTube sends a notification 30 minutes before I start streaming. And so I've tested this before. It used to be bugged. You could send an unlimited number of those 30-minute notifications by delaying a live stream. But apparently the reverse works, where I made it so this stream was never 30 minutes to go. Does that make sense? The stream was scheduled for 8, and then at 7:29 I scheduled it for 7:30, which means that as a result, it was never half an hour away. It went straight from 31 minutes away to 1 minute away. And apparently that doesn't trigger the notification. At least it hasn't for a large number of people. But that's okay. It's a chill stream today. Oh, except for this wither skeleton. I just lost a piece of armor. I'm probably going to have to go craft another. Let's go do that. Ideally without dying, actually. Okay, so we are getting a ton of blaze rods, which is nice. Have we got enough of them, in fact? I've got 4. I'm almost there. But, yeah, I'm not feeling great today. At least I can hang out for a couple of hours and forget I exist. Is that what happens when you go to a live stream? Do you let your identity morph into the crowd? Also, Dasher says, does the air fryer referral still work? You better believe it does. I should start... I wonder what would happen if I... You know, are there more people who need to buy an air fryer on the main channel here? Would you suspect? I think I've only ever pitched that before on the second channel. Which makes sense to me. I would guess most people who are interested in the world are at the age where they are buying appliances for the first time. And the best appliance you can buy for yourself is an 18-in-1 piece of equipment. You know, like, you know, this is the thing they don't tell you. Like, okay, if you're a middle-aged housewife and you want to make food for 5 people, yeah, buy a stand mixer. I don't know what a stand mixer is, I'll be honest with you. Buy a slow cooker and make sure that slow cooker is different to your stand mixer and your air fryer and your pressure cooker. But if you're, you know, 17, 18, 19, 20, or, you know, like me, 27, but living on a different continent for the first time, what you need is a 17-in-1 appliance. You need everything to be done in this one appliance, and the Ninja 17-in-1 was great. It made incredible rice. It made incredible, also, ooh. It made incredible rice. It made incredible air-fried stuff. You know, one of my favorite things about America was is the breadth of consumer goods. I think people call America like the most capitalist country in the world. I think it might be the most consumerist country in the world, which is to say, if like consumers want something, they get it. Is that thing bad for them? Screw it. They can have it anyway. You know, and you know, like that's why there's so much sugar in things, right? As you know, any health expert would say, I think people consuming this much sugar is bad for them. Oh god, I picked the wrong moment to take a drink of my sugary drink. You know, I think any normal person would say that, but you know, like unless there's a compelling reason why they shouldn't, boom, you can do it. The cult of the air fryer has gotten me. People have been convincing me to get one. If I can get one cheaper, etc., I'm happy to use your code. I do not know what the current price is, but I guarantee you it's a good one, especially if you compare to all the individual components. Like, you can price check outside of Amazon too, but let's be honest, like, Amazon is usually for, like, big goods cheaper. I tend to find that they're not cheaper on small things sometimes, like, if you want to buy toilet paper or drain unblocker, you know, like, it probably isn't cheaper on Amazon. But for the sort of big goods where usually companies try to make their profit margin on them, Amazon usually does not. Okay, spicy. So that should be enough blaze rods now, which means we can get out of here, probably in one piece. Okay, am I going to be in one piece? That's a good question. No, 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 leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm going to build a little encasing for myself right here. Just build that there. Put that on top. Okay, he's coming in. He's coming in. He's coming in here. That went horribly wrong. Oh, no! He's coming in, chat! Oh, no! Oh. Okay, I'm alive. I don't know how. I'm going to put a little lid on my box. And then we'll open up over there. And we'll just build... Yeah, that's as good as we can build for now. You know, we're doing great. Also, good to see you, Jackson Kelly. How are you doing? I think you had a very wonderful Minecraft house. Being the world's consumer is what gives us our economic power. Unfortunately, that's about to change. Ooh, how about I actually flip that around on you, Johnny Blaze? I would say you are the world's biggest consumers because you have economic power. You know, I think there's a small chance that the correlation works both ways, but I think you know, like as it stands, if you want to innovate from anywhere in the world, you would go and take it to the US. That is probably going to change. If you know, like that likely could change. But, like, you know, like, the second largest economy in the world, you put your products in, and it's going to be duplicated by some local company, and then you're going to be gone. The third largest economy in the world, I think that's Germany. So that's, like, part of the wider EU, which isn't, like... There's a lot of consumer protection rules. And consumer protection, weirdly, like... Consumers protect themselves. What consumer protection usually means is, like, we want you to make sure that you are looking after our people, too. You know, kind of more directly. Anyway, so my point with that is just to say that I think that right now there is no market as big as America. So if you want to make consumer goods anywhere, America is the smart place to go. You know, this is something that I don't actually. I think I can find the stats on this right now. I would be willing to bet not most, maybe half, but I would be willing to bet, despite Americans being 5% of the world and less than half of my audience, that they're going to make up more than half the sales of the add-on. Let's find out right now. Okay, yeah, I can't share this information publicly, I don't think. But Minecraft actually tells you, as of very recently, which country people buy your stuff from. So daily active users by country. It's actually not purchases, it's users. 52.14%. Yeah, 52% or so of, although that's all content actually, that's not just boss blitz, is the US, then it's 12% UK, 4% Japan, 1% Russia. Can Russians even buy things? Wait, what? Yeah, 3.74% Russia. Dasha, I need, can you buy things with Minecoins, Dasha, or is, am I getting scammed on that one? Anyway, so, credit card debt, clearly. Credit card debt's a great example of that, actually, yeah. Like, you are fully free to get in a large amount of debt to finance your lifestyle, should you want to. It wasn't until very recently that Germans became, like, okay with the idea of debt, by and large. And it's still very debatable as to whether the world is better or worse, because now there is as much debt in the world as there is. I say it's debatable. I think, like, most people agree that it has to be a problem at some point, but we disagree about when it is a problem, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. You know, this is a bit too serious. Huh? I can't get more Minecoins, but maybe people buy things with the Minecoins they already have. Huh. It's also possible, I don't know for sure whether the tracking would be pulled out or not. It could be, you know, pirated copies. They do exist. It's fun. It's crazy to me. That's how I know I've made it, by the way. Like, something I made is, you know, is worth pirating, I guess. You know, there are people willing to put in the work to take something the team made for free. Very, very, very nice. That I do think it's obviously, like, not ideal. It's not what you want, in terms of, like, you don't want everyone to take it for free. But it's like, you know, it's nice that people care, right? It's, you know, it'd be better if they cared more, but it's cool that they care that amount still. It's like when someone goes like, oh, hey, how are you doing since you're, it's you who had, the Let's Play World with the weird valley, right? And I'll be like, oh, that's cool, you remember. I always assume when people say that, they're playing it cool and they actually know way more. I think in life, people find it's better to pretend to not be enthusiastic about stuff. be like, oh yeah, I vaguely know your stuff, I guess. That's like how people... I don't know when that became like a thing, but like... Also... Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Anyway, so, I think 40 years ago you were probably right, but now the global economic system, I'm fairly sure that Canada can find another country to buy their goods that won't rip them off, says Johnny Blaze 420. Oh, we're talking about that. Okay, first of all, you know, if you want me to pick a side in current trade issues, if you feel like... Chat, this is slightly too far of a drop. I will die if I don't make it, and I don't want to die if I don't make it. Is that... Maybe I could fall down there first? Or shall I just jump, chat? No, I'll grab a bunch of soul soil. This is my idea. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die before I can jump off. I'm just gonna jump off, chat, and if I die, then it's over, and we'll do something else. Okay, I don't want to die, chat. I don't want to die. I don't want to die! If I'd have just gone earlier... If I hadn't have psyched myself out of that... How far away is my Nether portal? Oh, wait. I have a respawn point. Over here. And this respawn point is going to be near... It's so fine. It's so fine. Oh, yeah. If you want me to pick a side in the trade war, I've got my delightful... Isn't it fun? Like, Canada actually has a national bird. No one knows what it is. It's the Canada goose, as far as everyone is concerned. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, so, man, yeah, it's one of those things where if I'd have jumped off and immediately died, I'd been telling myself I should have not done this. And if I had, you know, I know it's like, and in the situation that did happen, I regretted it. So we need to go all the way over to... Oh, I don't even know. He looks so defeated. You know, let's take some time out, chat. Are we allowed to have a stream? I feel like I've done a really good job of staying, like, on a... Oh, there's my Nether portal. I've done a pretty good job for a while, I would say. I'm going to go grab some food. I've done a pretty good job for a pretty long time of being able to have the title match the live stream for most of the live stream's content. You know, like, in other words, I can stay on one thing for a whole live stream. Personally, I think there are times where it's more fun specifically not to do that. But within YouTube's system, I kind of like, I think the benefits of people being able to know what to expect is worth the trade, which is why most of the time I try to do that. But, hear me out here, chat. Can we have one live stream where we go really wildly off the rails? Because there's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I know I can't make a whole live stream out of it, but I need to do it at some point. A lot of people are wondering, like, what about the Igloo series? And I know what you're thinking, and I agree with what you're thinking. Okay, so I need to get up there somehow. I've never not been able to reach hay bales before, but there is a first time for everything, it seems. So, what I have, chat, is I spoke to Crack Magnet. Very fun. He's doing well. I'm actually going to see him in person fairly soon. You know, actually, I don't know how much more I should say, but I'm meeting some internet people in person next month, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. But as part of that, yeah, I'm going to be meeting Crack Magnet. Very, very fun. You know, we did a podcast back when I had that during the pandemic, if you recall. What are the weirdest deals ever, by the way? If I could talk on at length about the podcast situation, but the other live streams aren't off the rails. No, the other live streams are on the rails. We're gonna be doing an on rails. So I spoke to Crack Magnet. I gave him my seed, and I was like, "Can you check where terrain is above Y200?" And he's like, "I could write an algorithm that would do that in 2 days." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool, actually. Let's hope that is true." And 2 days later, I get this. Actually, I don't know how to show you this list. Okay, so let's go. So 2 days after that, right, chat? I'm going to break down this tree first. It's very important that I have a piece of wood. Okay, so off the rails time. I don't know how to, like, I'll write this on screen somewhere. Rails equals off. So do I have a... okay, well, let's have, like, a... Derailed minecart. I'm gonna have to. I'll make an off the rails. There we. Okay, you know what? It's hard to find a derailed minecart image, chat. There's no one has made this, but imagine that I am in a minecart and then that is gone off the rails, because that's where we're going right now. So this is me. This is me temporarily turning off the text because the rails have come loose. I'll just use a rail Minecraft. I'll just throw one of these, and then I guess if I throw this on screen, you're going to assume that I'm on the rails. No, wait, this is me on the rails, and then this looks like I'm in prison. This is me off the rails. I'm as far off the rails as I can be right now, chat. The rails are over there, and I'm down here. Okay, so basically, I spoke to Cracked Magnet, and I gave in my Igloo seed. If you are not familiar with my Igloo seed, actually, well, we'll type it in right now. Do I have an Igloo copy world already? I do. So this is the seed for the Igloo world, and I've been looking around this seed forever, trying to find more terrain and more fun things that we can find. But Cracked Magnet, I'm gonna have to make. I don't want to like dox anything. So I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna put it in a different browser where it definitely can't hurt anyone. Okay, so I spoke to Cracked Magnet, and he gave me this list. There we go. Wait, can you see? I feel like you can't see all of the coordinates there. But anyway, he gave me this list of coordinates that sucks to show in a browser. Anyway, he gave me this list. Oh, there we go. That's good. That's good, right? He gave me this list of coordinates, and so these are the coordinates, and these are the number of blocks above Y200. So if we want to continue the Igloo series, and I very much do, if we want to continue the Igloo series, what we need to know is these coordinates and what is at them. So if I'm willing to go 16,000 blocks away from spawn, I would find 29,000 blocks above Y200. If I'm willing to go 31,000, I'd find 20, etc., etc. And so my goal is to find the closest ones of these to spawn. And so what we're going to do is we're going to load up Minecraft. I'm going to temporarily move it over here just so I can use the same perspective here. And we're going to go to 0, 100, 0. This is roughly where the Igloo is. Okay, so this is the Igloo world, chat. We'll turn on permanent day and all the other stuff that we need to. So permanent day, yes. Weather cycle, no. Okay, this is the Igloo just above me. I guess on this seed, you really need to go to like 0, 300, 0. So this is the Igloo seed. And so far, I have gone this way. It is in the positive direction for the... No, wait. Did I go this way? I think I actually went... No, yeah, I went this way. I went towards these islands. So I've gone in the positive direction. And so I would like to find the closest other pieces of terrain to that. Okay, so one thing, first of all, I find... Okay, we got it. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to find the best the best locations for precisely this. Also, yay, I thought Cracked Magnet would be perfect for this challenge. Yeah, he has delivered the goods. If he was an Amazon driver, I would tip him. You know, isn't it weird that people don't tip their Amazon drivers, even in places where you tip people everywhere? Anyway, just gonna leave that to the side, as we say. Okay, so what I'm looking for, these coordinates right here, if I was going 31,000 blocks, this is closer to me than this one, because even though this is 14,000 blocks away, I've already gone like 5,000 blocks away in that direction. So this is actually more like 9,000 blocks away and then 12,000 blocks, whereas this is like 12,000 and 14,000. Actually, this one still might be closer. But anyway, the idea is to find which of these are closest to me. So at the very bottom of this list, by the way, there are lots of 1 blocks, but those aren't that useful. And also you can find in here, there's some sets of coordinates where there are 11 blocks, but I'm looking for the big ones only. I want to see the biggest collection of blocks that are near to the coordinates I'm actually at. And so we're going to start, I guess we should just start with this one. It's positive, and I'm positive about how this will go. So, again, I want to make sure I get the Minecraft properly centered within this. I don't know what just happened there. So what we're going to do is we're going to type these, and again, he's got it perfectly nailed in the copy-paste format. I'm going to go right here, and we're going to see... Oh, whoa. Wow. So if we went to these coordinates, we would find all of these blocks. So if I was looking for cobblestone, or stone for that matter, this would be perfect. Cobblestone is a limited resource, but I can find it, you know, by the motherlode. However, realistically, I don't actually need... Like, coal and iron and emeralds and snow and stone are all things I don't actually need. So even though I could travel 20,000 blocks to get here, it probably wouldn't be worth my while. So what I do instead is I go for the next set of coordinates, 26,000, 14,000. And we're going to see when we can find unique terrain that will give me access to new trees. And also, wait, dripstone is in there? Wait, are you kidding me? Did you see dripstone that I didn't? Did you see dripstone? Okay, one sec. I'm gonna go into spectator mode because that allows me to fly through terrain. I'm not seeing it. I want to believe in you. It could be there's some like, oh wait, right here. So at Y188, there's dripstone. Just a reminder, if I get dripstone, I can start making infinite lava. Actually, I need lava too. So yeah, chat, I need to now search through all of these because I want to find unique things I can't find otherwise. So the biggest examples of this are new trees, but I could trade from those from a Wandering Trader now. And so the much more obvious example would be lava, can't be traded from a Wandering Trader, and also dripstone. And so if we can find lava or dripstone hanging out in one of these peaks, that would be great. But if we don't find it, we just go to these second coordinates right here. Is this the same coordinates? Yeah, this is the second coordinates. And we look around here. And so, in theory, we could find that there is lava just hanging out all these blocks away. So I'll turn on night vision. Also, people are telling me I missed dripstone outside the mountain. Okay. I don't know how I didn't see it, but I'll trust that you're telling the truth. Okay, so there is no dripstone in here, but there is a dungeon. Oh, now that's interesting. But let's go back. This is the funny thing. I think when you're recording, you just don't see things as well. Sometimes, like, your brain is doing too many things which are not looking at the game. I don't see it. Enough people must have seen it. Even Chantal. You know, I know Chantal's not in on the troll. Outside of the mountain. Where? You know, I'll keep looking. But yeah, I think there's an interesting position of being the world's largest economy, where you do have, oh, right here, oh, chat, it's at Y200 exactly. Wow. Okay, chat. So we go 30,000 blocks away. We can find dripstone. Let's save these coordinates somewhere. This is a crucial one. I'm guessing that's not the one that chat saw. Oh, it's over here, right? Oh, okay. So there is a... Wow. That is cool. But yeah, so this is still 30,000 blocks away from me. You know how I did a 2-hour live stream of placing 5,000 blocks? I think this might be like a... more like a 7 or 8 hour live stream. Still totally worth doing. Super nice. Okay, so now we just need to find lava, or ideally, I guess, we want to find lava closer towards spawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to check the next coordinates. Although, actually, could I be cheeky and start only checking the ones that are close by? Like, 14,000 blocks is so many. Would it be nicer, you know, but wouldn't it be nicer if it was only 4,000 blocks? Okay, so, looking over here, oh, and there's more dripstone, but it's technically just reachable, chat. It's wild how many dripstone biomes seem to, like, cut themselves off at this point. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using the list, and so I'm going to now put us back to our normal stream mode. We are off the rails, just a reminder. How do I show more that we're off rails? Should the rails be, like... You know, how do we... What do we do with the rails? Maybe we should... okay, we could transform. We could... Oh, yeah, look at that. Look how off... The rails aren't even in the right direction anymore. Maybe we could, like... Okay, I'm gonna work it out. We could take the rails... And we could... Yeah, look at that. I'm so off the rails. No, I'm on the rails if the rails are that big. You've got a Sablen Dasher. Write on your document what you found are the coordinates. Oh, that'd be clever, wouldn't it? That'd be very clever. IBX Toycat, send me the details later, and I'll check the coordinates. Oh, thank you, Cat. I think we'll see if we can find it today, right now on stream. But if not, that is an offer I actually really appreciate. I'll hope that I won't need to take up your generosity. I'm gonna hope. It's the plan. It's my vision. Okay, so... Oh, there's Skulk down there. Interesting. I definitely can't use any Deep Darks. Chantal is smart. Listen to Chantal. I should and I will. Okay, so... yeah, I'm gonna write them down on the document. That's what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, we're just gonna continuously check... What is each of these until we find lava. So there wasn't any lava here. Now we're going to go to... what's our next best coordinate? Maybe 11,000, 8,000. It's not too bad. So we're going to go over here and we're going to see. Do we find any... Oh, okay. Jungle trees. That's cool. It's probably going to be faster to trade with a Wandering Trader. But having a jungle is nice. I specifically, if I had to come here, it would be useful because I'm looking for a jungle for a panda anyway. You can see how there are dripstones just below Y200 again. Although also, oh, this is dripstone slightly closer to spawn. How do you grow dripstone actually, chat? Does dripstone grow? Also, you have W streams, says Aaron Graham. Thank you very much. I feel like the weird also, yeah, so this is definitely good. There is definitely dripstone and a jungle. So dripstone and a jungle beats just dripstone. So this is the best dripstone we found so far. It's cool that there is other stuff here, but none of that is relevant. The jungle and the dripstone are good enough. I'm going to go over here just in case there's a sign of lava. We should be able to see lava in the mountains here. Although, maybe I should even water above it. Okay, so water above it is what grows dripstone. Useful to know. Yeah, one of the things I always enjoyed, one of the things I think is valuable in YouTube content is that like real... Oh, what is... You know, the real someone looking at something and being confused. Love when they do that. My favorite thing. So these mountains look like they have so much promise. I just don't know what to do with that promise. You have a dripstone farm in the Let's Play world? Oh, I do! You're right, Dasher! So yeah, I guess it's water above it, then block, then dripstone. There's some mechanics that just don't store in my brain correctly. And that is one of them, I would say. So let's now go to... I forgot which coordinates we were just at. 11,000 minus 800. Let's now go to... again, I'm going to try and find ones that are close by my spawn, if I can. But a lot of these are just so far away. Let's now go to 10,000 minus 4,400. So, chat, if this next one has lava, my life gets so much easier. I only have to bridge out like 6,000 blocks, not... Oh, okay. So it's a frozen mountain. It's not a great sign from the get-go. But frozen mountains can have lava. They can have dripstone too. Nope, it's terrible. Do we all agree, chat, there's no value in this? I think we should all agree there's no value in this. There's lava all the way down there. I could decide to get my hands on. Also, how do you farm dripstone? Asks the dripstone farmer. You know, the truth about Minecraft farming is that I feel like the most fun farms are the simplest. And I think dripstone does fall into that category. But there's so many where you're like, oh yeah, this just grows, right? And you're like, oh no, it needs this one thing. And you're like, oh, I forgot that one thing. So this had nothing. These coordinates were worthless to me. These next coordinates are a little bit further away. I'll concede. But if they have lava, they have lava. That was past me's knowledge. Yeah, I think... Tell me if I'm wrong, chat. I feel like we all have that problem of, like, there is knowledge that just slides past you. I think a lot of people have to be defensive and be like, oh, it's memory problems, it's not just you. I think I need to say, like, yeah, I'm gonna level with you. I can remember 10 brand new things every day. 10 new exciting pieces of knowledge. And, so, you know, even though, it should be that I remember... your birthday over how to make a dripstone farm. The truth is, I remember the dripstone farm over your birthday. Except in this case, I chose to remember some idiot's birthday. And like, what's that going to help me with? What am I going to do with their birthday information during a Minecraft live stream? That bastard. I can't believe they would do that to me. They should have known, like, oh, Toycat, don't worry about my birthday. I know that you've got a dripstone farm that will come up in an Igloo series later. But they're not going to understand. They're going to think that I'm the one in the wrong. So how uncommon is lava above Y200, chat? There's an interesting question for us. Cherry Grove biome over there, or is it too low down? That's... is a Cherry Grove biome useful outside of the biome? I think for getting flowers, maybe, but I think we have to assume... No, yeah, I don't think there's anything we massively need from a Cherry... Oh, okay, more dripstone. It's too far away, though. If we found lava here, that would be great. And with a mountain this big, how do we not find lava? I should really, like, okay, so my plan here is to dig out, like, 30 blocks either direction. Air, replace, stone. So by using this coordinate, we can see if there's some lava hidden in there. Because a fun fact is, if there was a lava block in here, I don't think we'd see it. Like, here is a lava block. Oh, you do see it. How can I tell this is lava when I'm in spectator chat? Okay, I can't. So if we see a single whole block, we've got to check it in creative. That's useful if weird to know. So this was me just over here. But is there any other individual blocks chilling around? Or is there just some more visible lava? Chat, we might actually be onto the world of infinite lava. If we can get onto infinite lava, we can build a nether portal. Also, why is he mad about someone's birthday? I think I'm mad that everyone has a birthday. And that everyone... I think that's what makes me mad. I think that birthdays should be like... you should get 5 of them in your lifetime. You get 5 big days. And then otherwise, it should be like, oh yeah, this is how many years old I am. It happens to tick over on that day. But, you know, in the same way that I'm not celebrating when my... you know what happens when my Minecraft day counter goes over a big milestone? Like, it hit 6,800. I went, woo! And then I moved on with my day. You know, was that the appropriate response? Woo! You tell me. Can you buy the cherry petals from the Wandering Trader? Okay, so is this anything? No. Yeah, okay, so I think this is too far away to be worth looking around. Let's put more of our attention on the ones that are closer to spawn. Does that mean I don't need to age in 12 days? Hey, woo, happy birthday, cat. No, you get to pick. Is it one of your big 5 birthdays, cat? I can't believe you and Dasher share a birthday, cat. I mean, it's also pretty incredible. It's her birthday the day before and after your birthday. This rant has nothing to do with Cat and Chantal's birthday coming up. And yours too, Dasher. Everyone has a birthday. But yeah, also, look at all this. It's interesting. I feel like you don't see stony peaks that often in Minecraft. Like, this is a very odd-looking mountain, right? Can we agree on that much? Let's go check over here. I feel like I was just here, chat. Do you feel that too? That I was just in a jungle with some... I think I was just here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and guess that I was just here and I somehow forgot about it. We've got another set of coordinates which is very, very close to spawn here. 3,300 and 8,000. Okay. So, oh, what do we got? Okay, this one, if this feels like where I've been already, chat, but I know it's not. If this has lava inside of it, if it just has lava inside of it, my game is made substantially nicer. If that can just be true, if there's just a piece of lava, just like, is that a sign of something, chat? Why is that? Why was that visible? Why can I see the bottom side of that stone, but not the top side of it? I feel so special sharing a legend with a birthday that is Dasher. Can I go back in time and refuse to get older? I was thinking that today. I was like, oh, there are some things I should do so that when I'm older, I can be like, wasn't it fun that I had that when I was younger? And I was like, I think I missed that point. I think if I got something now and I tell people about it in the future, they'll be like, oh, so you got that when you were already old. Yeah, it is, isn't it kind of interesting that, like, although, like, you as a person start to know the difference between various ages, I feel like to young people, anywhere over, like, 25 is just the exact same. It's all unfathomably far. Also, no, there's nothing over here. Would have been really, really cool if there was. But not everything can be awesome, I guess. Okay, so we'll try another set of coordinates that are slightly further away and in the wrong direction. But, you know, you gotta believe in these things sometimes. Is there any lava around here? Can lava be found above Y200, chat? Is there a rule against it? I wouldn't have guessed there was. But, like, think about it. Do you ever see lava in these mountains? I don't think I ever have. Everyone but Toycat shares a birthday of Dasher now. Oh yeah, my birthday is special. I get a birth month, actually. It's, one of my first, like, I don't know, like, dumb things I did when I was a teenager. Like, it was just when Facebook was getting popular. So when I was a 13-year-old and I actually had a Facebook, it was one of those times where everyone in the school adds everyone in the school. Like, you know, your whole social network, if you will. And, yeah, like, everyone, like, something about the Facebook birthday reminder felt particularly, like, soulless and dumb to me. Like, everyone goes and wishes you a happy birthday if they see it's your birthday. And, so I might have played around with this system a little bit by being like, okay, I'm going to set it my birthday to every day in a week. I'm going to set it as my birthday, then the next day set it as that day, etc. And what's funny is some people would start, like, you know, like, catching on. But a lot of people would generally be like, oh, happy birthday. Happy, you know, like, every single one of those days. And it made me realize, like, oh, yeah, I have proven that they do not in some way. Which is weird, because I guess you could argue, like, whether they care or not, they're showing a different type of caring. But also we're Mesa Biome at Y200. Oh, yeah, we can get terracotta, chat. So this one's actually pretty cool. This is worth saving probably by itself. It's not that valuable in terms of blocks. Maybe even the Mesa Biome isn't that useful either. Also, no, now Toycat is a separate universe. He cannot share a birthday of Dasher. Yeah, if me and Dasher have a birthday on the same day, the universe does explode. It is, thankfully, most years we don't have a birthday on the same day. Most years we don't, but you should all watch out, chat. I'm just saying, you know. Say to people you care about that you love them. I get to see the Minecraft movie in April, says Jackson Kelly. I am excited for the Minecraft movie sometimes. I spend about half... Oh, no, it's so close. Look at it taunting me. There's a ruined portal right here, chat. So interesting that this is true. Where is the chest? Maybe if I do my fill command. Oh, I forgot to do a... Oh, no, I did it correctly. Oh, I did it on different coordinates, that's why. So minus 30 there. So, yeah, there is definitely a chest around here somewhere, right? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to quickly hop into creative mode, and we're going to find out what is in there. Grown men should not be care or planning their birthday party. Cannot think of anything cringer, says Flavor. So first of all, I didn't say the word birthday party, right? But also, no, this is, I think the real version of masculinity that you probably want as well as understand is that you get to do, if you are so beholden to other people's opinions, then that is not a real man thing, right? Like, if you are so worried all the time about what every other person thinks about you, then, you know, like, that's okay. But, you know, that and it's, you know, if we're gonna use your terminology, that's pretty fruity, right? That's pretty, like, oh, yeah, better not be planning a birthday party in case my boys think, you know, that's not cool. It's like, well, then, you know, either you don't have a great relationship with your boys, or maybe they're not very great boys. Either case sounds like it's a skill issue, if you were to ask me. Anyway, so I think this way of a lot of things. Like, you know, if someone ever tells you like, oh, you can't do this thing, it's not manly, you know. It's like, oh yeah, this also too many blocks. Someone thinks that masculinity is what, looking up the guidebook of men things and basing on it. I think the most useful thing you can learn. I think we're in an age where, if we're being honest, like there are a lot of like, you know, people like to be like, oh yeah, there are you know, Andrew Tates of the world are telling people how to be bad. Also, did you see something? No. There's people in the world and they're telling you to be bad men, and you know, it's all, but it's like, no, there is like an underlying thing inside every person, right? Like I think men in particular are like very good at like, there's a, I don't know, like the idea of like, there is a hierarchy, and within that hierarchy you understand where you are and what's happening, etc. is very, very common. It's kind of built into a lot of people, like, and respect and, you know, like loyalty and trust and all that stuff. Like, they're built in, but also they're all, I think if you don't realize they're opt-in systems, then I think you're failing yourself. I agree, it's not very manly of me to have so many birthdays. Yeah, it's pretty, what kind of friend is going to say you're not masculine? Oh, you would be surprised. I think it's, I don't know, though. It's, not a good friend, I guess. Not a good friend. Okay, so let's go to these coordinates next. So again, we're trying to find ones that are closest to spawn. We might have to start checking the ones which are not close, but I'm praying that there's going to just be a lava pool one of these days. I guess the last one was notable for having a ruin portal that close. We could get the blocks easily if we wanted to. Can you buy lava buckets? Sadly, not without the ultra flat add-on. Should the ultra flat add-on be its whole own thing? Maybe. But maybe we should do something like that about that, actually. But yeah, that's Toycat is the king of non-toxic masculinity. Yeah, I think I do think that it's entirely fine to like set yourself a set of rules. It's like religion, right? Like everyone agrees like it's cool if you look into the world and you find a set of rules that matches your values, and then you start following those rules as a result. But if you go, oh yeah, someone told me I have to follow these rules, that is unhealthy. Unless you specifically like it when someone gives you a set of rules to follow, and unless that's the set of rules you like, i.e. someone else sets the rules for you. I think it is unhealthy to be like, yeah, there is this thing, and it is just unshakable. It is that way, and it is that way, and I refuse to break it. Also, you beat all the bosses so well that you gain creative mode. Nice. Should we change the stream title? You know, let's put it to Chill with Toycat. Searching Igloo research with Toycat. Okay, there we go. I can actually get back to the boss blitz, and I will be soon. I'm hoping to find dripstone and lava, if you're curious, can be. Could you obtain enough obsidian from the ruined portal to build a new portal and obtain lava that way? Okay, so let's go back to my previous location. This is the one where the ruined portal existed, right? Okay, so bear in mind, it's a real pain to actually blow this up. Let's just say that I could, though. And I could get all the way down here and pick up... There's no obsidian in this chest. So, no. But in theory, yeah, that's like a secondary option. There is a really fun contraption that allows you to scoop lava up with a dispenser and then move it up. Also, there's a pale garden here. Could I use that in any way? Probably not. I think you can't get creakings except by destroying them. So, if this had a creaking heart on it, that could be quite useful. But probably not. By the way, I don't know if you mentioned in your videos, but the new player locator bar refers to the long-term initiative they had of improving multiplayer. So the next drop could actually be 1.22. So, oh, I see what you're saying. In the Future of Minecraft article, they reference longer-term initiatives. Oh, that is incredibly interesting, KMB. I would put it on about 80-20 odds of the next update being 1.22. The only argument in favor of being 1.20, 1.90 is if they really think... Oh. Yeah, chat, I don't think you can find lava above Y200. I think we might have accidentally hit a roadblock on our plan here. We would have found some by now, right? I bet the game literally has some, like, hard-coded block on will not let lava spawn at this height. Because I'm guessing it would, like, flow down too much and cause lag. Particularly on Bedrock, right? There are so many things they have to do to make Bedrock function as a game. Can you grow the eye blossom flower on the grass above it? No, I don't want a multiplayer-focused update. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good theory about what the next update will be. I think the cool thing is Minecraft can do multiplayer content that works in single player well. I hope that they do that. I hope that it's not all stuff like, it's a locator bar. I felt like the Tales and Trails was like a minor attempt at multiplayer content. I wonder if they do anything else. So, next up, 14,000, 14,000. I'm going to start searching more of these. I think it's possible we never find a lava source, chat. I think that is highly possible, maybe even likely. So let's go into Spectator. Let's go... Yeah, no, I think lava's not possible, chat. I see a graph in Wiki Java that says lava stops generating above Y220, so it's a small window for it to generate. Does it go down in, like, likelihood, or does it stay at roughly flat? Yeah, I'm just gonna start checking every single possible source. Also, calcite is something useful to think about. Some mountains have it, some don't. So we're gonna go check this one over here. This looks like a very big mountain. Would be cool if there was some lava hanging around it. Also, it's crazy. These ruined portals are getting quite high up. It would be so fun if we could just find... it'd be so... Oh, okay. So you could, in theory, find enough obsidian via these chests. But the problem is obsidian isn't renewable, unlike all these other things. Also, yeah, since they changed raids, having a pillager outpost below me won't be handy. But yeah, let's go look through here. Oh, it's so big, and there's no lava. These theoretically could contain lava, but I don't see any real sign that they do. Okay, so... Can you not type commands in spectator mode on Bedrock? On Java, you can. You can. I usually... You can. I'm wondering, like, what it is that made you think that I couldn't. And I was trying to answer that. But I didn't have a very compelling answer. Looking on the wiki, and outside those little lakes, lava won't generate at all above Y106. And even then, that's 100,000 world, and that's Java. Might be different for Bedrock. Okay, so you and Carlisle have different results. I'm going to need an explanation of how you got to such different results. But yeah, you can see... So we might be praying for a ruined portal above these heights. Okay, if that's possible, Okay, we're checking every single coordinate now, chat. And we're praying for some form of ruin portal. Is there... Because ruin portals can have lava at any height. Because it doesn't spill into the world. So if we don't see a ruin portal, we don't care. I would guess that they probably have a cap somewhere quite close to 200. But I've seen them very, very close to it. So it's possible we see them above it too. Okay, next up, minus 6,000, minus 4,000. You keep switching between creative and spectator? I do keep switching, but because in spectator you can't open chests. That is the big reason. I prefer to be in creative, except you can't fly through blocks. So those are the two reasons I'd switch. Google says lava can generate at any level, but most likely below y equals 0. Okay, so we're looking for a ruin portal near enough exclusively. That's what I'm now going to set my sights on, chat. If we can find it, the Igloo world goes some crazy places. Also, yeah, look at this. There's another one just below Y200. Is starting to get me suspicious that maybe it is a hard cap. But again, we've got a lot of seeds, a lot of mountains to check before we run to that conclusion. Next up, 24,000 blocks away and 6,000 blocks away. So we're looking for a ruin portal. If we don't find one, lava would be nice. A ruin portal would solve a lot of problems all at once, though. And dripstone seems like a separately solvable issue. But dripstone seems to be like every 5th mountain has it. Whereas lava... So, okay. Just to test the point here, chat. This is the closest we've seen lava to us so far. And it is at Y95. So very, very low down. Oh, actually, no, there's some just over here. So you can see lava generates all the way up to at least Y150. Which means there's no good reason it can't generate above Y200. Maybe we've just gone unlucky. They should add the quick game mode switcher from Java. Could you do a command to replace lava with air above Y108 and see if it returns with lava placed? Oh, that's a clever idea, actually. That is a very clever idea. I think we would see lava, though. And when we don't see it, we're fairly sure about why. But that is actually a replace of diamond blocks. Yeah, if we replace it with diamond blocks, we know exactly where it is. Technically, you can get lava from a woodland mansion if it generated really high. Oh, that's a cool idea, KMB. And then we get a Totem of Undying. Okay, I have a new goal. I have a new vision. So let's go to the next set of coordinates. See what we find over there. Oh, okay, this is great. This is a high up mountain. Can we find lava here? I don't know. Are we going to find lava here? You better believe we are. Don't see it in spectator mode, though. So you could see we saw it down there, right? It's only, you wouldn't see it if it was a single block, but you would still see the air gap where it was. So if we see a single air gap, like, do you see this? We know there's no lava here because there's no block. Whereas if there was lava, we would see... Do you see? We would see one of these, and we don't see it when we're sitting in it, but we do see that there is something there. And so we can always check those out when we find those. But we don't need to check preemptively until we see it. I don't think, at least. Just so you see it, it looks like this graph that it's rare above Y100, but absolutely impossible above Y220. So yeah, we have a 20 block gap where it's technically possible. Let's hope that technically possible can be, can actually be possible. What do we see in here? Oh, okay, we got... That's something, right? No, it's not. So yeah, we're going to be searching a lot of mountains and finding a lot of nothing. But that's totally... That's expectable life situations. Don't get tricked by your own place lava. Yeah, that is actually a very, very salient piece of advice to give, Dasher. So, next up, minus 22,000, positive 21,000. Again, even if this was lava, I would still look for another one. But I want to at least know there is some lava in this world, so the challenge is doable, and then we're shortening it. Whereas right now, we have no idea. We have absolutely no idea if this is doable. So chat, I was having a thought earlier today. It was actually it sprung from a discussion I had when I recorded the video of Lovestar. But they were like, oh yeah, when I stream, I'm just like done for the day. And like it takes like a lot of energy before and after, so it's like a once a week thing. And I thought it was and they thought it was really interesting when I was like, oh yeah, I tried to like line it up at the end of the day, but like same. After a live stream, I can't do much. But it's weird that that is true, right? Like some streamers tried to take that to the extreme of like streaming is harder than a regular job, and I don't think that's true. But I do think that there's something strange about how like talking works. How if you really want to call it performing, we can call it that too. Isn't it strange that you are... Oh, whoa. This is so close to Y200. Chat, look how close it is. I 100% could kill him with a crossbow or a bow and then stack up gravel to pick up the 100... Okay, so I'm saving this, chat. I'm saving this on my... I'm saving this on my document. This is nuts. So, yeah, we also, looking around here, we have a ruined portal, but there's not much use in it. This is so cool. Anyway, although this kind of stream more than anything, by the way, it's exciting pushing Minecraft to its extremes, trying to find a single block of lava above Y200. I'm glad you like it too. I really love the silly challenges, like, kind of for this reason. I think it's so cool that we have a community that, like, agree with that, rather than go, what WTF are you even doing? You can drop water down the side of the pillager outpost and hope a pillager swims up. Let's see if that works. Let's set block water. So this is at Y200, and then let's game mode C. Let's like make a hole. Oh, we'd have to wait. I forget that water doesn't work unless you. Is the water is not watering, chat. Okay, so I'll set some flowing water here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so will pillagers, if they happen to walk into it, I'm just gonna punch him to simulate that. Will he just instinctively walk up it or not? No, I don't. I think the flow is kind of messing with that idea. So let's put one over here. Okay, then let's punch the guy. Oh, that's something. Oh, yeah, K and B. That's how we could get a villager up to Y200. And especially when they aggroed on me. Yeah, that's something. Or we could make a gravel staircase to get the mob to come up. Yeah, that actually is quite clever. Okay, so that's useful. Pillager outpost, 24,000 blocks away. Can theoretically use it, I guess. Okay, next coordinates. 12,000 minus 14,000. I think I skipped over so many of the big ones because I thought they'd be useful. So I'm going to make note of the fact that this was the last one of these I went through. And we're going to start going back for some of the big leagues ones. Okay, so back to spectator. Start skimming through these islands. Yeah, we'll go... I think I just want to make sure there's some lava above Y200. You could set TNT down to open the cages. So I can't get TNT yet. I think actually with the Wandering Trader I might be able to. He sells sand, right? Red sand. Can you make TNT with red sand? I've never tried. Also, there is lava, but it's about 100 blocks below us. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to save the fact that 12,000 was the last one I used. About 1,000 blocks. I'm going to go back up to the very top here. And I'm going to start looking at the really wildly impractical ones. So let's work our way through this list. I got a message, but there we go, we're good. Nothing too important. Okay, so what do we see over here? I see lots and lots and lots of stone. Anything in the stone? Calcite. Any lava? Any ruined portals? No. So, oh, a village though. Oh, chat. That's something interesting. there's not much I can do with a village. But I think this might just be... Oh yeah, technically speaking, this is a village technically above Y200. Now, only the top of this guy's house is above Y200. But isn't that cool that this technically exists? So staggering of a view. Toycat, there was a pocket at the bottom left when you were flying across 167. Oh, but I was at below Y200, sadly, Floppy. It sounds like that won't be useful to me after all. But thank you for pointing it out. Were that above Y200, that might be something very crazy. But yeah, it looks... Okay, so there's nothing here. Let's try the next coordinate. So there was 22,000 blocks of those coordinates. Whereas the next coordinates have maybe substantially fewer. I'm looking for a ruined portal, because I know those can spawn. If not, any source of lava will do. A ruined portal just feels cooler, right? I think I came here before. So just really giving it a scan. Seeing if there's... I did come here before. I remember this quite well. So then we'll check 1414. I started getting picky with the coordinates when I assumed I would find lava for sure. Okay, so 1414 is over here. And there is... Again, look how big this mountain is. Not to have any lava source blocks within it. It's so big, so wide. There are these 3 blocks right here that theoretically could be something. But they're not. Will the update make the trader sell lava? I don't understand why they won't add a lava trade, Cat. I feel like so much of what we do, you know, of like the add-on team at this point is like, here are some things that everyone agrees should be in Minecraft. So let's just add it to Minecraft ourselves. So this is definitely just a hole too, I think. So I actually think I have checked out most of these very wild ones, but let's go to the next one anyway. I wonder if an old 1.18 preview video could tell us whether lava generated above Y200 on Bedrock. Apparently it should. We'll find out today. Oh, wait, okay, these are both very compelling signs, chat. So this is where we need that coordinate for replace lava with air. Or replace lava. Okay, so we're gonna say diamond block, because it's nice and obvious. Diamond block, replace lava. 0 blocks filled. 0 blocks filled. See, the fact that it's saying 0 blocks filled means there are no lava blocks to replace. Okay, I had some promise in that, but my promise was misleading. Begging for the trade, just for Toycat. Yeah, I've been working out forever. How do you actually effectively engage with Mojang? And I don't know what the correct answer is. You know, and kind of like understandably, I think Mojang as a company would be much better off if they keep people at arm's length. So I don't know, even like they do like regular creator visits, right? But they specifically like pick very niche sub-communities because they want it to be good, purely good PR. No scary, like someone asking us about this. And again, like from a business perspective, that makes sense. I think this is like the whole business versus developers case that Jeb made. I think developers themselves would love to talk about the things they are passionate about, whereas I think the business case for doing so is much less promising, or at least the amount business wants to do it is much less promising. Because I think what business ultimately does, it's about like reducing uncertainty. Like especially if you're employed at a high level in a business, your job is to like reduce variables down to as close to 0 as possible. The business of selling a game is very volatile. How do you make that less volatile? Well, okay, if you work out that every Minecraft update makes more copies sell, then you either come out with the idea of like, what if we had more Minecraft updates? Or you have the idea of, well, what if we could have other things that we could sell during the other times? Also, you scream Mojang after you discover beacons are broken on Bedrock. That's how you communicate with them. Yeah, it would be nice. I could actually see why, like, okay, That actually, I'm sure if you are a Mojang developer, you're like, you know, but like I think working out the best way to actually directly communicate would be good. But also I feel like it's in their interests not to make that way too accessible, because if everyone does it, then they have a whole bunch of stuff they have to deal with that they otherwise do not. I don't know, it's like it's the natural function of I had some very interesting issues getting in contact with Minecraft for something recently. And I was like, oh yeah, like this is the okay, so I'm gonna try and discuss this as like from like as useful a perspective as possible. So there are so many people who are employed at large companies, specifically whose job it is basically to interface between you and someone else. So like there is an issue inside of the base game of Minecraft, or actually it's not the base game of Minecraft, it was like, it's to do with how behavior packs are established or something like that. And there is someone who specifically works on that, but they can't have a direct line to every, even marketplace partner. There's like 250 of them. So instead, you speak to a Mojang employee who then like assesses whether it actually needs to go to them. And if it does, they send it to them. And then once they've sent it to them, it goes into the void until they send it back to that person who sends it back to you. And it seems really dumb to have like a bunch of intermediaries in a company. But it's actually there because communication is like, I don't know, I guess communication is hard. That's my broad point. So what if we made a bug report about lava not spawning in mountains or whatever? Yeah, I think bug reports are the best way to communicate with Mojang about stuff. I think in this case, we don't know if it's a bug yet. It could be very unlikely and we just haven't run across the odds yet. I don't think we have a Mojang issue. I've not started this assignment because I can't find my favorite pen. See, this is the classic letting perfect be the enemy of good, Dasher. Also, Gravter gave me some coordinates. He says minus 16,400, minus 39,000. I want to know if Gravter has something up his sleeve here. I'm just gonna trust him. I'm gonna trust random person in chat. Every time I do this, it goes poorly for me. But about 1 in every 100 times, random person in chat pulls through. Okay, what do you reckon, chat? No diamond blocks. Oh, what do you... Oh, chat! Okay. Look at this. There's no lava here. But there is a ruined portal above Y200. Now, that is interesting. So I'm guessing you... Gravta, tell me how you found that out. I need to know. Can you find any more? Can you find any closer? So this is hugely useful. You could mine the obsidian above Y200. You could probably mine the stuff below it and it'd be close enough to like... Okay, let's test this actually. Okay, if I'm at Y200, I'm standing right here. Oh, this is gravel. This is the wrong block. If I'm at Y200, then I'm standing right here. Yeah, I could mine all of these blocks and then fill them in to get it back. So we have enough obsidian for a portal. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 4 flint and a gold helmet. So this is technically the closest we've got so far. What prompts your brain to think of these challenges? Oh, yeah, that's a good question, Digging Truths. That's a much better question. So we have ruined portal above Y200. Weirdly enough, though, it's one that doesn't have lava attached. That is an interesting concern. Okay, so anything interesting in here otherwise? No. I was hoping we'd find more unique biomes, but we seemingly are only finding these different mountainous biomes. I wonder if that's a search criteria that Cracked Magnet used, or if it's a bias in the game. Because I feel like we found... Oh, I guess it could just be that these are the large ones. Like, for there to be 8,000 blocks at this level, it has to be something kind of nutty. Okay, so at these coordinates, nothing. Yeah, Gravta, chunk-based looking at mountains and portals. Yeah, that was an incredible find, Gravta. Real power. I love when we can pull things off like that. That was your find, and it is nuts that I love that we have the community that we do that care about finding stuff like that. Very, very, very cool. If you obtain enough obsidian to make a portal, what height limit will you try to maintain in the nether? So we do have to come up with... See, look at this. There's just one block here. What are the odds that that's not lava? Apparently, it's not. It's just a random air block. I don't believe it, chat. But it's just a random air block. Why is there just a random air block there? Yeah, isn't that strange? Okay, so these coordinates, nothing. So, posted an X a few weeks ago. Oh, I didn't see. I need to, like, okay, this has been my bugbear forever. There needs to be an equivalent of X now that, sorry, an equivalent of, whatever that website is called. I don't want to call it X. I think especially like, Twitter is too recognizable a brand. It'd be like if Coke can't change their name today to, like, you know, Madam Queever. You know, you'd be like, I appreciate that that's the official name, but the product is still Coke. You know, I don't buy my Mondelez International Cadbury fruit and nut 400-gram chocolate bar. I buy the dairy milk, you know, or whatever. Like, I think the interesting thing about Speak On It Twitter says Speak On It Toycat, sorry, says Shannon Dunn, accidentally identified as Twitter for a second there. I think there should be a platform that is, like, universally the go-to, like, this is where you go to speak to people, and that is public record to, usually. I think Discord is great, but who even actually runs Twitter now? A bunch of San Francisco interns who get a message from a certain South African every day that says, just so you know, this is our goals for the day. We're not really boosting enough of this, so make sure you do it. Also, why is engagement not up? Why are views? I'm sure it is like a lot of very high pressure calls like that. Just finished the first step of Boss Blitz. This is the Igloo world. Yeah, well, the Boss Blitz has entered the Igloo world now. Also, more... You're wearing Twitter blue? Oh, you're right. Oh, wow, there's water here. So you can get water at this height. So that means that lava can't just be banned because it's, you know, it has to flow. Because this water is flowing. It's rare. It's the first water we found. But chat, that is a sign that lava exists. We just haven't found it yet. Blue Sky's getting more and more popular, but people are still holding on to Twitter. They've got to let it go. Oh, okay. Let's talk about it then. No, Blue Sky is not, like, Blue Sky is getting more popular, but Blue Sky is filled with people. Like, Blue Sky has a huge issue, twofold. One of them is that it's popular. It's got like 5% the daily active users of Twitter. That's great. You know, it's like it's the, not even like the Pepsi to the Coke or the MasterCard to the Visa. It's the, you know, it's a thing that exists. It's not negligible. It's not nothing. A lot of people have success and great things on Blue Sky, but statistically, most people are still on Twitter, or maybe even Threads. I don't know. Is anyone on Threads these days? Yeah, there's no lava up here. There's certainly no lava over here. So, yeah, the problem with Blue Sky is that, but also, so when you have a small market share like that, you need to be very careful not to just become the anti-other thing product. So Pepsi can't just be the anti-Coke product. Pepsi can't just be the brand you go to when you're trying to show you don't like Coke, because most people like most consumer products. That is the broad case for the USA, right? You know, like, you can't just be the anti-something else product. Like, this is how vegan meats are becoming successful, right? By realizing you can't just be the I'm not eating meat product. You've got to be like the, oh yeah, I'm healthier than meat. I'm doing something unique. I'm having weird flavor experiences. you can't just be the product that people... Oh, I've been here already, apparently. You can't just be the product that people go to when they don't like another product. And that is what Blue Sky is basically, for many people, most of the time. I like that... This is why it's good that, like, sure, accounts are... You know, Mojang employee accounts are moving over there, but not Mojang business ones. And it's because of the fact that, yeah, the... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm having bad acid reflux today. The reason so many, the reason it's good is because you're getting actual content from people you care about. Every day I roll into Blue Sky and my feed is like, oh, the people on the other app are posting this. Or like, you know how like, I don't know, like, what do people call it? It's the sorts of things that you don't see on the, that you can only see on X nowadays, if you want to call it that. I feel like I was just here, chat. Am I going crazy? Am I going to the same coordinates over and over again? My hubby switched to soy in his coffee today. Baby steps. I feel like soy milk's a bad compromise. I think oat milk is better than regular milk in some ways. Maybe even most ways, honestly. I got some very... Okay, chat. I went back echo chamber. Yeah, the echo chamber effect is really, really prominent in blue skies. And I don't know how easy that is to overcome. I don't know if you can overcome it, but I do know it's a big problem. Like social media being built into an echo chamber is one of the worst things, and it's one of the few, like, you know, during the very early days of the, you know, the billionaire guy taking over Twitter, it actually was cool that you were like being thrown into all these new worlds of experiences, but then it starts to become an echo chamber of those experiences. Seemingly because people don't like the idea of one echo chamber. People need two echo chambers. You need one echo chamber and then another echo chamber for people to like volley shots at every now and then. And I think that the two echo chambers is somehow even worse than one echo chamber. I think the best thing would be actually, let's throw our beliefs into the world. Let's you know, just like when you're having conversations with friends, right? You don't go, oh, whoa there, buddy. Don't you dare talk about your experiences. We're only here to share experiences that match my existing beliefs. But yeah, I got some very fancy. Milk today. I ordered. I don't understand how it works, chat. But there was a milkman that was like, oh yeah, you can have like, you know, like a real good offer. We'll deliver you 2 pints of milk for £1.20 or whatever. And I was like, that's cool. I feel like £1.20 is cheaper than like 2 full pints of, you know, like a very fancy, very bougie milk would be in the store. And also, you're going to put it on my doorstep at 7 in the morning. I wouldn't wake up at 7 in the morning for 10 times as much money. But the milkman did it for £1.27 or something like that. And so, yeah, I had, it's Channel Island milk. I don't know why that's where fancy milk comes from. Like, have you ever heard of a Jersey cow? The black and white cow of the spots? That comes from Jersey. Not New Jersey, but better Jersey in the Channel Islands. Fun fact. Yeah, I had a milkman in 2025. I wish I could have seen what vehicle he used, actually. In fact, I have a doorbell camera. I should check. Yeah, I'm so curious about it. I need to know. I used to drink almond milk, but then I discovered lactate. Yeah, you can buy milk that has the lactose surgically removed. I don't understand how that works. I'm not going to claim I know any of the process. But I am going to say it's cool, right? So, chat, the closest obsidian we've found to spawn so far has been 39,000 blocks away. I'm going to level with you. That's probably too many blocks away for me. That's probably too many blocks away from me. We're talking about multiple extra long streams. And then at the end of it, we go to the Nether really far. I guess actually going in the Nether could be a useful way to then build a portal back at home. I used to work in a milk factory, a dairy. Okay, if you used to work in a milk factory, explain to me why is Milkman a viable business model ever? Like, in some countries, my favorite example of this is Canada. I think, you know, like the current situation in Canada. Hopefully, this is my like hope as like a I don't know, like a free trade extremist, I guess, which is cool. People used to be like, oh, free trade, look at you, you basically hate living people, Toycat. But now, being anti-free trade is the thing that people hate. Oh yeah, you know, Trump's tariffs, they're a bad thing. Do you know why tariffs are bad? Because they're anti-free trade, which we all think is important. And so as a result, like I think the US dairy industry does it too, but like Canada's like especially bad at like funneling huge amounts of their government money. So like everyone pays taxes every year, and so you buy a bunch of milk whether you want it or not, which sucks if you don't like milk or don't want dairy farming. But yeah, it's wildly subsidized in Canada. I think anything that's wildly subsidized and therefore has to be anti-free. I think the world works better if we decide the things we want to pay for ourselves. You know, that's like, I guess you could see that's like the anti-consumer move, is saying the consumer isn't willing to pay $5 for milk, so we'll force them to pay $5 for milk. Yeah, that's a freedom win, you know. Some people that you could argue that's like a really good move, because by paying $5 for milk, you have it when you want. An interesting case of this where my argument falls apart. Sorry, I feel like I'm going into the wrong. I feel like I'm accidentally blurring the channels right now, chat. Is this additional cost of the delivery server small enough that people are willing to pay for it? Oh, I don't know the states, but the normal reason the exceptional service is being more viable is if there's more taxes or fees on the product to make it expensive than the base cost. Oh, I did not understand that fully. Also, the primary and second Toycat channels are finally merging. You know, we got to make sure we don't do that. Okay, so chat, Minecraft updates. So Minecraft play with friends, right? So chat, if they're doing a multiplayer update, what do you think would be most important to be in it? And also, what do you think a fun name for it would be? I don't think they'll announce a name. Did you die, or is this a copy? It's a different world, and me, don't you worry. And I know I will not end you, no matter how nicely you ask. So, yep, nothing over here. Let's check the next one. There's so much. I don't think we're finding lava, chat. I think we've been looking for lava for so long now. The fact that we haven't found it is probably a sign that we will not find it. That is my... Oh, okay. This is promising. Oh, I've been here before. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. It's cool, though. I thought it was promising, but it's just cool. So there's lava all the way down there. And there's a very cool piece of terrain here. And it's in the correct direction, right? Like, I think I was not that far away from here. But yeah, there's nothing in this for me. Yeah, the Friends and Foes update, says KMB. Yeah, the Friends and Foes update, I think the one thing they need to do, I would not accept it. I don't know what I would do, but I would send an angry letter to Mojang HQ. I would protest outside their headquarters. If they didn't add the combat update, please, Mojang, it's been 5 years. I think someone put it best when they said that Mojang, like, if you think about normal companies, every now and then you have to take risks where there's a 5% chance it goes wrong and a 15% chance it is incredible, right? But when you're Minecraft, a 5% chance of losing it all, you know, taking risks for them is pointless. They already have the biggest game. They have so much to lose and so little to gain that anytime there's any risk of failure, they back out. And that's a problem when it comes to certain major changes, because they're losing so much cohesiveness and so much brand value in a way they can't identify. So, the biggest example of this is the Bedrock Java parity issue. If they just implemented the goddamn spectral arrows on Bedrock, you know, like the offhand combat and the regeneration alone, those three things, all of a sudden a lot of Java, you know, a lot of people who come to Bedrock for the first time wouldn't go, ooh, what is wrong with this version? Why can't I do this simple thing? A lot of players just feel like something is wrong, and the combat update is one of the easiest fixes for so much of that. But Mojang is scared that they bring out a combat update and they'll lose as many Bedrock players as they did when they brought it out on Java. And, you know, it's not an entirely invalid fear. There's a small chance that that happens. So mitigate against it. This is what you do as a business. You don't say there's a small chance of failure, so I'm just not going to accept. So I'm just not going to do a thing. Imagine, like, as an individual, imagine saying, you know, there's a small chance I'll get hit by a car when I leave my house, so I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, there is a small chance you might get hit by a car, but there's a greater chance that you find money on the ground, or love, or, you know, a soul. Also, we found a savanna biome at these coordinates. We'll have to write that down. Ooh, yeah, look at this. This is a very cool looking tree. This tree is yes, is what I would say, or it's Y, at the very least. Which in a YN question, in response to the yes, no, definitely a yes. The thing is, Mojang doesn't take risks with their updates. It'll become dull, and they'll have as much to lose if they went that way as well. Yeah, this is what happens with all big businesses eventually. Are you familiar with it's like the 4 stages of business? Basically, Mojang is at the cash cow stage, and Microsoft kind of knows it. And so, rather than, I think they're at the point where, like, they almost want to have their developers be as hamstrung as possible, giving them as many challenges to work through, because they want the game to move forwards, but they don't want it to move forwards in any ways that rock the boat too badly. And I think there's something very strange about that, personally. But also, it seems to be successful. Like, think about the last update that really changed something. Or actually, let's go the other way. Let's say, look at the spring drop. The spring drop is if I was to imagine an update from thin air, the playing it safe update, right? If I was to imagine that update from scratch, it would be the spring drop. Like, okay, what can we add to Minecraft that has 0 chance of upsetting people and can only be liked? New mobs, no. Some people don't like when there's new mobs. So what if the new mob variants were exactly the same as existing mobs? Genius. Give this man $1 billion raise. What if there were, like, new flowers? No one hates new flowers, I tell you. Yeah, give this man a raise. And someone goes like, oh, actually, I was thinking about the idea of, like, we could add this new block that has this cool technical function, and it could take you to a, fire this guy! That people could see that and go, oh, I don't want this in my Minecraft update. I'm going to uninstall and play Fortnite instead. And ultimately, it's the kind of like, they're seeing themselves as, like, caretakers of the game. It feels like, more than seeing themselves as in charge of a game that they have major decisions to make on. Mojang's balance between progress and conservatism mirrors IRL politics. Yeah, I agree with this. Like, if you... And ultimately, I think if you look particularly, you can see why this is true for countries like the USA, right? It used to be... The amount the USA grows every year is, like... It's been shrinking for a while. The United States as a share of the world economy has been rapidly on the decline. And it's a... but it's still... And so every single time there's a leader that is elected, the basic move has always been don't rock the boat. Because most people would like things how they are now, but a bit better. How they are now, but a lot better is what you believe in your heart of hearts you want. And a lot of people who are doing really poorly think that. But most people are doing well enough that they don't want drastic changes. They just want, you know, like little olive branches here or there. And, yeah, it's interesting when you get to, like, I think populist conservatism is interesting because generally speaking, it's like having conservative values, but also thinking the current system definitely isn't working, which is what we're getting more and more in Europe, I would say. Morgan Short says there's lava at minus... Wait, no way. 28,700. Okay, so Morgan, who is Morgan Short? I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna see. Okay, so channel activity. Morgan Short, you've been on the channel for 4 years now, and you've never been timed out. Okay, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna go into this chat. Is there lava at these coordinates? The dream is that there is. The dream has been The dream is, in fact, misleading, though. I think you might have used a different seed, or you might have not used the negative. I'm not sure what you did, but that definitely wasn't useful. Okay, we tried Morgan Short, but it didn't work. So let's instead try over here. Nothing. I'm really sad we haven't found lava, but that portal was promising. You can go into the Nether and get lava there. Yeah, exactly. It means we probably won't be able to do it in the next 100 days. I'm going to have to be spending a ludicrous amount of time chopping trees. But that's still fine, I think. That's still positive overall. Probably mix the numbers up. It didn't look like... Yeah, maybe actually... Okay, so... Maybe that's what it is. Let's give him credit. Maybe it's actually... wait, I've got to... Okay, so 2049, 2871. So 28, and then like 20. So this is like roughly the same place if you mixed up the coordinates. Oh, and there's nothing over here either. That means he made his YouTube account 4 years ago, but he is a regular chatter. Oh, is that how that works? I'm gonna see what it says for you. Here's something fun, chat. You can see. Oh yeah, so Chantal joined 14 years ago. When did you join Dasher? This is my new favorite game. 11 years ago. When did you join Battery Brain? 7 years ago. Interesting. Wow, we have so many like old schools of YouTube here. 7 years ago. Daniel to me, Dan Skunk, 18 years ago. I didn't know they had YouTube 18 years ago. There was a child born in the time that you've been on YouTube, Daniel Tamney. By the way, what we're looking for lava. Does something happen if you get timed out frequently, says Xavier? No, it just shows under someone's account name if they've been timed out. And I realized that you could check that recently. And so now I'm going to start using it to work out if someone is a unreliable chatter. If you can't follow the rule of don't scream and don't be a goat, then can you follow more advanced social rules like don't lie for no reason? Because we all have that built inside of us at some point, right? I think you could debate about why it is, but I think every child is born inside of them with this desire to just randomly say things that have no bearing on reality. It's the start of how we create fiction, right? Isn't it beautiful that inside of you is the ability to tell someone about... Like, right now I can tell you a story that is made up, that has no reality, but that is interesting. It's about this yellow man who has a wife and 3 kids, and they sit on a sofa in a town called Springfield. That is a made-up story, and it was made up when Matt Groening came up with it. But he was so committed to his made-up story that he made it into one that feels very real to all of us, right? But there was never a person called Homer Simpson or Marge or Dr. Boinkidick. I don't know what his name is. But yeah, the fictions are like powerful, and they are the result of the ability that we all have inside of us to just lie, and just to make things up. Most people learn like, oh yeah, there are some things that are kind of dick moves to lie about, and there are things where it's funny to lie about them. It is funny to pretend. Also, ooh, oh, I've been here before. So it's okay. So it's not that I've been to these coordinates; it's that they were really close to other coordinates I have been to. Chat, I think there's no lava above Y200. I think I've done all this searching and I've concluded that there is just no lava. Huh. Interesting. Huh, I shouldn't have looked at the date. That was a terrible day of my life. What happened on the 12th of March for you that was so bad that just looking at the date broke you, Xavier? So yeah, a lot of these are just ones that are next to ones that we've been to otherwise. Chat, it could be over. It could be that despite all of these coordinates that Cracked Magnet has to offer, none of them have lava. And so our closest one is that ruined portal 39,000 blocks away. Oh man, that's gonna be a journey. That's a journey. Yeah, I am a believer in the idea that every bad thing that's happened to you, including that, I think every bad thing that's happened to you is a part of what makes you who you are. I was thinking recently about, like, what advice would I give if I was making a video that was called, like, come here when something bad has happened to you. And I think, like, the single most important thing I would say is that without doubt, you need to remember that the world wouldn't work if it was only good things. A world where everything is good, it's not just boring. It fundamentally stops working. The reason cake is so good is because you can't eat cake all day every day. I did eat cake all day every day, actually. I had a very bad day just before my birthday a few years ago. 2021, I want to say. Maybe 2022, but it was, I think, 2021. Anyway, so I had a very, very bad birthday, and I ate so much cake. I ate cake to the point where I was sick, and I didn't like the cake, and I was feeling awful every time I took a bite, but I kept being like, but it's cake, it will make me happier. But, you know, the truth is too much cake is a bad thing. Yeah, so I think the single biggest piece of advice I'd give is, like, yeah, you can't have exclusively good. The bummer, whenever something awful happens, the thing that, like, helps me is reminding myself, like, for life to have ups and downs, you do need to go down. And no matter how, you can never make a life that is down-proof. Oh, what was that? Did you see that, chat? I feel like I saw a pumpkin or something. I must have imagined it. The carrot cake from Vegas, says Dazed and Confused. Oh, it was a carrot cake, and it had my face on it. It was prepared by a friend of mine. But then you discovered lobster rolls and things got better. Yeah, what actually happened, I think I had the most stress I've ever had in my life after that. And I remember like, so again, like, I think when you get, like, really, I have this, like, thing where I'm like, I'm aware, I don't ever want to be, like, a drain on other people that I'm around. Like, I'm very aware when people are doing that, and I'm like, I think it's, if it's not embarrassing, it's like, I think, actually, no, I'm going to say, if it's not just annoying, it's actively embarrassing. Like, you know you are making people's lives worse. You should be only doing this in absolute emergencies, not, I am feeling slightly bad, people around me, please make me feel better. But, I had the worst thing after that. I remember you eating your face on stream. Good times in 2021, apparently. Lots of cake. But yeah, too much cake was a bad thing. Just like how if you keep having bad events and you keep worrying, like, what if my life is bad events from now? The bad events will balance themselves out. You'll eventually have good times. It's just, like, it's in the same way you can't have good times forever. Even if you had, like, if I give you $1 billion right now, and I tell you, you know, like, £1 billion, dollars, whatever, and then I say you no longer need to work, and you'll be healthy, and you can eat whatever you want. And then, after all of that, it might still be like, okay, now I'm rich. I'll jump on a plane to the Maldives, like is my dream. And then you're in an airport security line, and the guy says, like, oh, yeah, is that your natural hair? Oh, I'm surprised. It looks, oh, you know, I don't know, like, there's always going to be, like, the negative random things in your life. No matter how much you try to control your life, there's always going to be things. And if that's the first negative thing you've had in your whole life, this is like a, you know, I don't like the term Nepo baby. I feel like it's genuinely a bit like, I know it's, like, really easy to attack. And I think it's inside all of us to be like, ooh, they grew up with privilege and that upsets me. Because, you know, I feel it too. But I also feel like it's not their fault that they go through that. Anyway, but like, even if you're that situation where, like, you literally have never experienced something bad in your life, even in that case, what's just going to result is when you do experience the most minor of bad things, it's going to feel as bad as a, you know, like, you or me having our heart broken or our legs broken or our, you know, our stuff broken or whatever it might be. I know, it's like there is no such thing as absolute emotion. There is no worst... There might be a worst someone has ever felt, but it's not because the worst thing happened to them. I think the worst thing that has ever happened to a person probably didn't make them feel anywhere near as bad as you feel after, I don't know, getting your heart particularly broken as a teenager or something. I do think that the world is I think trying to say that there is such a thing as relative pain is kind of nuts. So, Cat, can you theoretically generate lava at the top? Nothing in the world generation function prevents it, apart from the fact that it's biased towards the bottom, so less... So it's... Okay, so it could generate, we're just not finding it likely, or we're not finding it often because it's not very likely. Money can't cure the human condition. Yeah, exactly. The money can't cure the human condition. Good health can't cure the human condition. Great relationships can't cure it. You need all of those things, and then also you need to be emotionally and mentally balanced. And then even then, it is just a human desire. The thing that has made us do so much as a species that means that you can enjoy eating too much carrot cake, or that you can enjoy watching a live stream of someone playing a game where all they're doing is looking for lava. The things that we all do are because we all want a little bit more than we have, is because we're all perpetually a little bit unsatisfied, unless it's not just how it is before, but a little bit better than it was before. It's a bummer, but it's the human condition. I know this to be true. I've said many times my trauma-filled life, but I don't think I would change it. I'm awesome and have the most awesome hubby and daughter. I may not if I didn't. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I'm not going to claim to know your trauma, but I'm sure if you had gone through fewer bad things, you would have different criteria for what you would select in a partner, and then you would get a partner that is different, that is better for the you that didn't go through those things. But then that would lead to, the butterfly effect of that, if we want to go really crazy, is that then your child wouldn't be born. And, which, I mean, if I'm being honest, then the butterfly of that is like, well, your child not being born, wouldn't be a bummer to you because you wouldn't know. Like, statistically speaking, right? If we imagine the version of the timeline where every decision you make splits it into two, and there's an infinite number of timelines, in, like, 20% of those timelines, I have some child by now, right? By accident or something like that. And so, it's not impossible. It's not unimaginable. Therefore, if I go back in time and me not making those decisions has not made that happen. I'm not bummed in the slightest. Not upset. Not concerned. Not like, oh no, what about Lenny? I bet Lenny's not good at Minecraft. I bet he wouldn't help me find where lava is above Y200. I bet Lenny has no clue. I bet he's playing on a seesaw and saying that he doesn't agree with me that eating too much carrot cake is a bad thing. And so I have to be like the dad of the pack of cigarettes being like, well, eat the whole thing. See how you like carrot cake by the end of this, huh? I think that's what I'd enjoy. Anyway, rant aside. How's the weather where you live, chat? It's been pretty good where I am. We had a real nice week, and then it's back to like fine weather, which is still fine. Do I have time to go shower and then come back to more stream? Should I have more fixed stream times so that people can plan their life around that? No. Actually, I asked it as a question, and I genuinely meant it at the time. I don't think that's how I work. I'm really lucky we live in like 2025. I think the way that my brain gets motivated is in very, very extreme bursts. Like, I think I got a comment in response to my Let's Play that said, oh, yeah, my professor who was explaining the major personality traits you mentioned, he explained neuroticness as the sadness one, which I felt was very relatable. But the way that, like, how I mentioned emotions are like that, I feel like that's how my whole, like, life is. I will have moments where I'm waking up at 2 a.m. and I'm like, I need to do this right now. And I'll go crazy drilling into it. And I feel like tonight, I had big hopes what I was going to achieve. And I got like 75% through my day. And I'm just like, nah, I think I want to give up on life. I think I want to just give up on doing anything productive. I think I want to go live in the woods. I think I want to sleep on one of those nets above a waterfall somewhere. You know, actually, that sounds terrible. I think I want to put a caravan in the woods and go for a walk every day. That'd be nice. I like streams that go on for far longer than expected. It's a fun surprise. I'm glad you think so, Carlisle. It's cool to have a mesa biome here, but it's just not quite big enough. Also, there's no lava still. Heatwave and cyclones here for me. Also, or use a cheat, says Morgan Short. Use a site to look up seeds. That's how we found our closest ruined portal, actually. But yeah, the fact that the nearest other thing we're going to find is going to be all the way out there, a little bit of a hard one. Have a lobster roll, don't be sad. Thank you, Dasher. That is my solution to most sadnesses. No, I think what it is like I have a gene inside of me. I don't know who this like or you could argue it's not even like whether this is nature nurture or whatever. I think one of the like lessons I picked up, but also one of the things that I got from my childhood is like my mother was always working like a crazy amount. I think a lot of people just say that like it's a purely positive thing. Like, oh yeah, my mother was working so hard, provide as a single mother, blah, blah, blah. And I like agree with that. Like a lot of single mothers don't work hard and just kind of like let the chips land where they will. But I also think like you know, like working is partially something you do to provide, to do nice things for everyone else, but it's partially this like this obsession inside of you, right? There is something in, you know, being a workaholic is a character trait for a reason, because there are some percentage of people for whom doing something productive, if however you want to define that, is just inside of them. So the last one was 11,000, so this one is going to be 22,000. Igloo research. I saw the speed run. Yeah, Igloo research. Ig search. Search glue, if you will. We're gonna search for glue today, and if we only find a savannah tree, well then that will certainly be a bummer. I had one work-life parent and one with a great work-life balance. I think work-life balance is a bit of a scam phrase. I think, like, maybe that's like the workaholic in me or whatever. I feel bad calling myself a workaholic when I do this job, by the way. Because it's, you know, I think that it is a dream job for so many, including myself. And so the fact that it takes substantially more hours in a week to maintain this job is not something you can complain about. It is the minimum to keep up with the people who want to have it, right? Like it's the same in any profession that people want to do. Game developers, chefs, I would say like there's like it is expected that in some professions, like, yep, you have to work harder because you got to show you want it, you know. But I also feel like, you know, that's part of like why I say it's a scam. But I also say it's like partially a scam because it's like work-life balance often means like putting work on the back foot more often than you can, more often than you should. I think the correct actual work-life balance that's hardest to ever truly achieve is understanding that like 80% of your work has, or 20% of your work has 80% of the benefit. Like there are a small number of tasks you do that matter more than everything else. If you work in a job that has a traditional boss, that means the things that will impress your boss most. You know, it doesn't matter how much you nail your customer response times or you know, stacking the shelf or whatever else. What matters is that your boss thinks that you nailed it, which is a bummer, but it's true. On YouTube, it's like you know, it doesn't matter how well you did the blah 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 thing. It matters how much people enjoyed the way you did the blah 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 thing. You know, I put I put probably what could have been like 5 videos topics into today's video chat, like a news video style. And it's like, yeah, it didn't matter that I put 5 times more effort into it. What matters is that I could have delivered that in a slightly more engaging way. If I'd have had a different thumbnail even, if I'd have made that thumbnail 20% better, it would have performed 20% better too. You know, there's like a lot of variables like that. And I think a lot of people who say they're good at like splitting their life up. My mother was a good boss. She worked the hours in the day and stopped once she closed. I would say the correct way to actually do it would be to be like, okay, so I'm going to be there, you know, like 8 hours a day or whatever. But also being like fully off the clock when you're home just isn't actually valid for some situations. Because like one of the most important things you might have to do, again, I'm just going to imagine a job. I'm just going to imagine that you run a bakery. And so you hire a baker to be there in the morning because you want to keep your work-life balance. If they call you at 4 in the morning because they can't get into the premises, I feel like being like, work-life balance though, I'm going to make sure I only wait till I'm there, would be the wrong decision. I think there's a lot of things that happen out of hours that are some of those most important tasks. And the only way to actually keep work-life balance is to effectively neglect a lot of those tasks. That's my... Also, this is a set of coordinates that I already knew, but I'm going to put in the document anyway. Dark oak and savanna trees. There's no lava, but... Is it on the way to the other one? Let me check. I'm going to go to my... oh, I've actually lost the document. Okay, so... okay, so let's go over to Igloo. Igloo. Okay, so where are my coordinates? I have not saved my coordinates. Anyway, so what is useful to know is that also I've got a lot of work to be doing for uni right now, and so it's so boring. I miss having a pinch of stress. You know what, I think school is where you learn this the most. I think school is where you learn this lesson is so true. Nothing made me more irate than the idea, like, than people being like, oh, there's exams coming up. I've got to be studying all the time. And it's like, no. That is the equivalent of saying you should be a workaholic. Now, of course, important situations, you could contact her, but she wasn't working when she got home unless she had to. Yeah, I think that is the correct balance. I think the correct balance is even then saying, I'd go a step further, Xavier, and saying, every now and then you have to work an hour at home, and every now and then you have to say, yeah, I was meant to be working today, but I needed to do a life thing instead. That is the actual correct work-life balance. I'm impressed that you have that. I'm impressed that if one of your parents had it and the other one didn't, that they couldn't, like, share the lessons, too. I wonder how that is. How is that for you growing up? And which behavior do you think is better? But yeah, when you're in school, I think everyone is like, yeah, you're going to be spending 100% of your time on this. It's like, no. If you spend 100% of your time on it, you'll be worse than if you spend 60% of your time on it. Because you don't... The ability of a human goes down. Do you know how earlier I was saying, like, isn't it a bummer that the way I am right now, I really like what I'm doing. I love talking about this. I love sharing this in the void. But I can't do this for too many hours in a row, chat. Even when I'm done with this, I'm going to sit on the sofa and I'm just going to, like, have a control. I'm going to say nothing for, like, 40 minutes. Because this is, like, you know, this is how my brain works. So we are going through so many. I got thirsty. Neglected my thirst too long. And then you know what happened? Is even though I was doing something, I went for a sip for my water that was too long. I was like dying of thirst. I finished my drink, which also slightly dehydrated me, I imagine. And I needed another one. And so you know what? I felt like I could go without a drink forever. And then I didn't. So you know what's interesting there, right? Also, oh, we're just back here. So a lot of these same coordinates are the same. Yeah, I felt like in my heart of hearts, chat, that I felt in my heart of hearts that I could just keep doing something and not that, and then I couldn't, because this is how your your brain actually is. You think that you tell your brain what to do, but you can only tell your brain what to do if you have your basic needs met. Once your basic needs aren't met, and even some of your more complex psychological needs, I'd argue, some of your basic needs are complex needs. We could even say if we want to be confusing. But if your basic needs aren't met, your brain will immediately, deliberately start distracting you from what you are trying to tell it to do, to tell you to do one of those things. So I'm trying to tell my brain to do the fairly complex task of looking for lava by looking for any mountains above Y200 and looking inside of them for blank spots, or looking outside of them for a bit of lava. Like, I feel like we're going to the same places over and over again now, chat. I feel like, we must have just seen them all. I think we've seen every single possible location now. And so maybe that's just how it is. Holy crap, 24k spruce slabs if you were to find lava there where you were. Yeah, it is intense. You are in control of your brain for bursts, I would say. But you need to worry about your food. It's kind of like you're a sim. You have to worry about your food. You have to worry about your water. You have to worry about your bathroom breaks. I don't know precisely the science, but as someone who has like I don't know what the word is, but a gut that is sometimes angry with him. You know, your body will control how you think. I'll be in a store and just be like, I need to leave this store right now and go home, because even though I don't desperately need to use the bathroom right now, but I know that I will in about 5 minutes if I don't leave this store. Like, it's weird that it is able to take the abstract thought of, you know, you should go and, you know, like, be a bear in the woods. It can take that abstract thought and turn it into, I should get out of this store ASAP. But it can do that. And so even if I'm thinking to myself, what artisanal cheese should I buy today? Or whatever I'm actually up to in the store. I feel like I only go to stores for silly products. Like anything that you actually want is better bought online, where you can be kind of rational about it. Different point, different time. But the oh, okay. No, yeah. There's if we find lava here, it's 40,000 spruce slabs or something. But yeah, so you have like food needs, you have bathroom needs, you have, I would say, tiredness. You like people, especially if you have insomnia, you can think to yourself real easy, like, I can't sleep if I shut my eyes anyway. I really want to sleep, by the way. If I shut my eyes right now, it'd be so good. But even if you think to yourself, I can't sleep, and if I shut my eyes, what's the point? So I'm just going to do this. You're going to keep going and going and going, and then all of a sudden your body's going to give you really strict commands in your head, like, you should just go to the bed and lie down and shut your eyes. Don't worry about sleeping. Just do those things. It'll be great. That'll be, you know, what you're doing right now, like writing this set of notes. That's not relevant. What is relevant, though, is going right now to a flat, comfortable place and lying down and shutting your eyes. And then, wow, 9 hours has passed because your body has forced you to do something. And it's like The Sims. You get to control your body until you neglect a need for long enough, and then your body takes over and says, yep, that's how it's going to go. Has the UK had a time change yet? No, it's 10 PM here. Oh, I should start uploading my videos earlier. Wait. Yeah, I've been accidentally uploading my videos later for any North Americans. Oh, that's an interesting change. So this stream was effectively an hour later for a lot of people today. Ah, that's interesting. I've had insomnia. I found the best way to sleep is to finally accept that you will not sleep. Yeah, Jeremy Baramy. If I could be so bold, you know, I shall be so bold. I think a lot of life. I hate when people say, I don't know why. I know this isn't my most you know, like, loved internet opinion. I hate when people say they have anxiety, because, you know, some people do have generalized anxiety disorder and all these other, like, anxiety is a feeling that you can have, and you can feel anxiety more than the average person, and that's totally fine too. But I hate when people are like, oh, I have anxiety, I can't do that. But it's like, no. Everyone experiences anxiety sometimes. Some people have more anxious brains than others, and lots of anxiety is, like, genuinely unknown to the person even having it. And an example of that would be, you will make yourself so anxious about sleeping if you ever try to if you ever like need to sleep, you will not be able to sleep. I've never met someone who's like, yeah, if I know I need to be up in 8 hours time, I can go to bed. I can go for something seriously important where my life would be ruined were I not to sleep for long enough. I just shut my eyes and then I wake up in 8 hours and it's great and I never think about it. Your video came out a little before 4. So does that mean it came out early or late? Lego Show TV. That must mean you live in -4 time, which means you live on the East Coast of North America. Morgan Short. I'm always tired. Yeah, I think I think this is the fact that you're always tired. I think there's lots of theories people have about like why, you know, like the idea of night owls. I think I am most mentally active at night. That's why I do my streams at night. I've tried doing them in the mornings before, but I feel like dead inside. I feel like I am doing something that is not correct. It's weird because I can record videos in the day. Every morning I record, I've been recording the Toycat video. That's been interesting. Kind of like wakes up my talking mouth. But yeah, the words that I was gonna say. I think that like the night owl I think that the actual thing behind why you don't sleep at night, why it is that you're always tired, is to me. Oh, chat. Oh, it's so close. It is so painfully close. But no cigar. It's in a very cool place, though. It might be on the way to the other one. Think of a word and start listing as many words that start with the letters of that word. That's what helps me. What helps me is picturing that I'm dead. I'm just like, black. This is what being dead is like. There is nothing. If there is something, I push it away because it is not like being dead. Like, genuinely picture the... Like, the thing that makes me sleep the best is picture nothing. And don't stress if you can't picture nothing. Just try to picture as few things as possible. And you picture something, just be gentle about pushing it away. You're not stressed that it's there. You're not worried that it's there. But it's not there anymore. I have a fridge magnet that says I don't do mornings. Yeah, I think it's the cruelest. Like, I don't know, we get 15 hours in a day, right? If you sleep for 9. Or let's just say you're in bed for 9, you sleep for 8, but you spend an hour getting yourself to and from sleep. So you get like 15 hours a day, maybe. You know, if you want to sleep perfectly. And then you spend the first hour of that being tired. And then, you know, you go to, especially when you're young, you go to school. And then, you know, like maybe a job, if you have like a boring office job that's 9 to 5. But you give up another 8 hours to your employer, your, you know, like the people your parents pay taxes to, whatever the case may be. But such a bummer, by the way. Such a good ruin portal. But it's just out of reach, chat. It's just out of reach. We're meant to sleep. You know, if we're meant to sleep, let's all go to sleep right now. Let's do it together. Anyway, yeah, I think that the thing that helps me sleep the most is that. But also, so if you give 8 of your 15 hours away, and then maybe like another 2 to commuting, you get 5 hours to yourself. And then those 5 hours to yourself, you also have to manage your relationships of people. Maybe you spend an hour hanging out with friends or family, or, you know, like cleaning up your room, or like just boring admin tasks in your life. And then like, oh, there's always going to be like some generic activity that has to be done. Homework was the one that burned me. Like, I spent 8 hours of my life in the school, and now you want me to do stuff in my time? Like, ha ha ha, good joke. But you know, like you have all this stuff. So you get maybe 3 hours of you time in a full day of 24 hours. And so when those 3 hours are up and you realize those are the best 3 hours, your brain is like, oh, so how about then? How about, hear me out here, I want to be more emotionally fulfilled. I want to, you know, you're telling yourself this subconsciously, if you're not, your brain is telling you this. So why don't we just stay up an extra hour, make it 4 of the best hours of the day, and then, you know, like, deal with the rest tomorrow. And, you know, if like you didn't have anything to do, you would just wake up an hour later the next day. But you basically rob an hour of sleep to turn it into an hour of happiness. And that's probably a good trade until you start trading multiple hours. So you trade 3 hours of sleep for 3 hours of happiness. That starts to have some consequences. And until you start getting into the routine of usually trading multiple hours, because now you're robbing yourself of a lot of the benefits of sleep. And man, I am tired. I don't know. This conversation, it is like Listerine for my eyes. Water is so good. Water tastes so delicious. I love it. One of my superpowers is I genuinely think water is one of the tastiest beverages. Like cold water, I think I mentioned this before, but like buying a drink at a restaurant basically adds, like if it's alcoholic, it probably doubles the price of your meal. If it's non-alcoholic, you add like a third to the price. Like a £3 drink on a £10 meal, that's a 30% tax you're paying because you want sugary water. You know, I feel like, you know, if it's like a real treat, maybe I'll do that for myself. But otherwise, I love ice water. I think it's one of the best things. And I think it's like a superpower to have the cheapest beverage that everyone has everywhere all of the time. You know, it's like the most expected beverage. The fact that that's my favorite is great. Also, I love, there's this kind of movement now. I don't know if this is like, but like, because people see bottled water as a scam, basically. No matter what you charge, if you charge more than like £1 or £2, people will get like antsy about it. And so even if I'm out and about and I have to pay for my favorite drink, it's one of the cheapest ones. It's great. Also, I feel like I've been to this mesa biome so many times. I haven't been, but it feels like I have. I love room temperature water. That's a serial killer opinion, Diggin' Truths. That is a serial killer opinion. No one loves room temperature water. That's the temperature that water gets to when we make a mistake. When we let the room ruin the water, I tell you. Ice water's great. I love coffee and milk and brown sugar as well. Just soda fruit juice. Also, I wish I didn't need to sleep. I could get so much done during that time. If I'm being real with myself... Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, if I'm being real with myself, I want to tell myself, yeah, I'd get so much done when I'm sleeping. Right now, though, I don't know. Chat, I've been trying recently to get into having weekends off. Like I mentioned, it's like I feel like that's a luxury when you're actually trying to get stuff done. And so I've started doing it, but I've then realized that it's okay. Weekends off is a good formula, but the reason I didn't do weekends off even every time I've tried is it always ends up being like, oh yeah, well, if I actually want to have a day off, it's so much better to do it on a Monday, you know, where things are cheaper to go to. Or, you know, like a flight I want to take is, you know, like it's like double the price if I wanted to go on a weekend. And it's like, well, if weekends are made up for me, why don't I take a Monday? So I, stuff like that. If someone has a birthday on a Thursday, or like if there's anything like that, I just kind of roll with it. And, ooh, this is promising. I feel like I've been here before, though. Hey, oh Darkman! Oh, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the club. I yap a lot, and I love corrupting Minecraft worlds. You seen any fun corrupting Minecraft worlds, fun Fire God players? I'd love to see them. Share them with me on Blue Sky. Give me a bleat. or a tweet. You know, honestly, I feel like I still check Twitter way more than Blue Sky. But yeah, I think weekends are arbitrary. Yeah, weekends are very arbitrary, and they only work when you need everyone to take them. And I have to work the opposite to normal people's schedules, because I think the weekend is the most important time for me to upload versus a Monday. You know, kind of might be the exact opposite. Anyway, though, so chat, I've been recently going through that, and so I try to take 2 days off a week if I can have them. Some days it's only 1 day. But so it means that like last weekend, I didn't have either of the days off. And so I'm just like, okay, I've got to pick a random day. Thursday, I'm just going to have like a day, chill, go do some fun things I love in the city. and then come back to this, and then like next Monday also doing the same. It's kind of confusing, but it's also, I don't know, like it's nice. It helps me on the days where I'm not taking the day off. It helps me like remind myself that like, oh yeah, the day off is fun-ish, but it's like, you know, you take more than 2 of these in a row, and I'm like excited to, I don't know, do some more stuff like this on the channel. You know what, chat? I don't think I can find this. I've done my best, but there's no lava. So that means we're gonna have to conclude that the ruin portal that is 39,000 blocks away is that. Do you enjoy filming videos more or streaming? What I really enjoy, genuinely, I don't know how you say this without sounding like you, like you're meant to not say something like this, and so, but what I enjoy is genuinely seeing the results at the end of it, is seeing people loving what I am doing. You know, maybe I didn't get hugged enough as a child or something, but seeing like views and likes and dollar signs makes me go, hey, wow, people like, you know, the subscribers, members, the viewer retention, all of those metrics that are meant to be positive in some way, seeing them be good, seeing it be a successful thing that makes me feel like, literally, I think I mentioned, like, I was in a real stressful situation, kind of like relying on one of a few things to succeed so that I could continue doing what I was doing. And, you know, that one thing was boss blitz in this case. It did great. And it's such a, it's not just a relief to be like, oh, this is awesome. I'm not like, you know, stressed on a week-to-week basis anymore. But also it's like the opposite. I am like obsessed. Every day at like 8 PM when the stats come in, I'm like refreshing, making sure I see the latest day's information. How many people are playing it? What do people think? Any feedback they have? You know, how many people bought it? Wow, loads have bought it. They're exciting. It's like the feeling is crack to my veins. I love it, and yeah, it's a fun thing. Anyway, so the fact that is crack to my veins is probably due to the fact, ultimately, on some level, it's what I was saying about like the dissatisfaction that comes from like not having that is like the satisfaction that comes from having that is like the most simple underlying feeling of like, yeah, we feel good when we feel like we are doing good. You know, like the most wholesome urge inside of every human being is that we want to be a force for good in the world. Thank you, Darkman, for gifting 5 memberships. And I think sometimes it's really easy to get stressed at the world and think like, man, people just aren't good these days. But I would say, despite the ease of stress that you can have around it, actually, also, thank you for the gifted memberships, Darkman. I think there's so much stress that you can have, but also, it's all in service of this desire to, like, do good stuff. It's just that everyone has a slightly different definition of what good is. And you see that really play out on, like, when you get companies. You know, Mojang employees might disagree with Mojang management about what good is for the company. When you get to countries, you see it get to the craziest level. Like, what is good for America to do? Is it good for, you know, for the country to go through some pain so that they can extract concessions from their neighbors? Should concessions from their neighbors be a thing, or is doing a good thing as a country accepting that, you know, like, you know, you help out your friends or whatever? Those are all the interesting thoughts that people have. You know, on a deeper level, it's like, is doing good for our country meaning we all suffer now to make the country greater, or is it saying that the country should suffer now to make ourselves greater? You know, the country should suffer so that we can have greatness. You can have a trillion answers and questions about each of those things. But we all come together, we add them, we put them in a big pot, and that's what humanity is. And it can be disheartening. But genuinely, if you remind yourself that even the people you like the least probably want the world to be a better place. They think very different ways about how to get there than you do. But I think it makes the world a nicer place. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Also, crack doesn't go into your veins as you smoke it. My health class teacher said so anyway. Yeah, I never learned about crack. My teachers, like, I don't think it was a big thing in the UK. I think, like, it's, but yeah, we learned so many things about all of the other drugs. And then I learned, like, way later, it's just a form of cocaine, but it's way cheaper and way more dangerous. You know, let's end this video on a nice little lesson. That, yeah, you can do whatever you want. But the thing that you should do more than anything else is go to the marketplace right now and type in the phrase, Boss Blitz. It doesn't work when I type it in, but if you go to the marketplace and you go to popular add-ons, you can find in here, or you can just actually, you can type in IBX toy maps as well, but you might find that Boss Blitz is in fact very popular. Wow, 136 reviews with a 4.8 average. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I wonder how many other good add-ons there are out there. But I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye. So yeah, we're going to have to go all the way out to 39,000 blocks away for a ruined portal, chat. That is intense. I think it was like... It was definitely like a very large number. Was it this one? No. Okay, we're going to go back out there. This is my bad outro problem. You know, I want to leave, but it doesn't mean that I want to go, you know? So, chat, for anyone who has just joined the live stream, it is ending right now. But before it ends, I want to show you something incredible. And that is what is found at these coordinates right here. If I'm willing to travel 56,000 blocks away from my igloo, I will be able to find this right here. It's a ruined portal at Y200. Why is there only one? And why is it 56,000 blocks away? If I'm willing to make 56,000 slabs, which is an inventory 1,700 blocks. So if I'm willing to make 34 inventories worth of slabs. So a slab is worth 2 slabs, 1 block. So 1 block, 4. If I get about 4 or 5 inventories full of blocks, I could bridge all the way out here and it would be cool. It might actually be worth like planning out the route for like what is the best way between the spawn in here. I thought the 12k blocks for the last stream was bad. Yeah, we'd be picking a serious journey in it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Yeah, I appreciated you spending your time with me today, chat. And I hope to see you on Friday. Yeah, Friday. Goodbye. Wait, someone said, is there lava underneath a block? I'm pretty sure there's not, but, you know, just because you need to know. Here you go. No lava under any of these blocks. I wouldn't be able to break these anyway without TNT, but there is no lava here. My life would get a lot easier were there some lava, but I'll have to go to the Nether if I want to find that. It's